What is
But
yours?
children are the modern day philosophers. So Socrates was amongst the first to argue that happiness is not bestowed upon a select few. Prior to him arguing this, it was a common belief that only a select few were entitled to happiness. Who were these people? Poets, philosophers, nobility, royalty. He said, no, no, no. Happiness can be begotten by human endeavor. And happiness and virtue are inextricably linked. In fact, the ancient Greeks did not use the word happiness. They used a term called eudaimonia, which literally translated means human flourishing. But who are the modern day philosophers? They're fictional characters, cartoons, and they're children. So I gave a version of this talk on happiness and living with purpose at Assumption College in Worcester, Massachusetts. And I share my slides. If I'm showing slides and I see people taking notes, I say, no, no, you don't have to take notes. Whoever organized this will give you my slides. You can use them. You can modify them. You don't have to give me attribution. I call it copy left.
Copy left.
So one of the deans writes to me 5 days later. She says, Dr. Chopra, I went over your talk with my husband, but at your cue, I asked my 5-year-old daughter, what is happiness? And my 5-year-old daughter said, Mommy, happiness is when the heart feels bigger. What a beautiful definition. 2.5-year-old, son of a surgeon at Harvard Medical School. He heard my talk. He wanted to meet for coffee. We sat down. He said, my son is 2 years, 7 months of age. I asked him, what makes you happy? He said, Daddy, I'm most happy when I'm sharing my toys with my friends. John Lennon, the Beatle, when he was 5 years of age, goes to school, and the teacher gives the kids an assignment. Write down what you want to be when you grow up. He writes happy, and he gives it to the teacher. The teacher says, John, you didn't understand the assignment. He looks up at the teacher and he says, and you don't understand life. 5 years of age. His mother, every night when she tucked him into bed, said, John, when you grow up, I want you to be happy. And look at Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. So I was interviewed by BBC.
Yeah.
They said, you've written a book on happiness and you're quoting Winnie the Pooh? You're a professor at Harvard Medical School. I said, there's so much wisdom there. Winnie the Pooh says to Piglet, if you live to be 100, I want to live to be 100 minus 1 day because I cannot live a day without you.
Wow.
How beautiful and sublime is that friendship, that love. And there's Charlie Brown and Snoopy sitting, watching the sunset. Charlie Brown says, Snoopy, we only live once. Snoopy says, wrong. We only die once. We live every day. So I think as human beings, we are happiest when we are learning, when we are growing.